You are as weak as your worst attitude. Attitude. What is attitude? Attitude is a reflection of your inner belief and your inner feeling. And specifically belief, your inner belief. Your attitude is based upon your belief. If you believe the world is a horrible place, your attitude is not going to be a good one. You believe your world is a beautiful, loving place, your attitude's going to be phenomenal, right? But your attitude is based upon your belief, and your beliefs are choices. We get to choose in every given moment what we're choosing to believe. We get to choose to be positive or negative. We get to choose to live in this life as a beautiful expression of ourselves and love the way we experience ourselves. That choice, that choice that we have within us is, it's the creative pinpoint. It's the pinpoint of creation. Put it that way. Right? It's the pinpoint of creation, your choice, because you get to choose what to believe, and your beliefs are shown to you. What you think, you become. You create your world, right? Your thoughts. So, are you focused on the negative outcome? Are you focused on the horrible things that have gone on in your life? Are you focused on what nasty things people are doing to you? Are you focused on the negative, or are you focused on the positive? Are you focused on, well, they don't have that power over me, and I am doing this instead, or okay, those things have happened, and I've learned so much from those terrible experiences, but now, because I've learned so much, I'm now living this joyful life. Oh my gosh, there's this horrible stuff in front of me. No, that's stuff that I'm joyfully creating, something different, something new, because there's nothing in your future that is set in stone. So your fears, your anxieties are simply choices, and they're chosen. You've chose them. You've chosen to be anxious. You've chosen to be in fear. You've chosen, right? The Buddha said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear, right? And the Bible says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. So your fears are chosen. I shall fear is a choice. I shall fear, I shall not fear. I shall fear no evil. And so your fears are what are driving your attitude. Your fears are what are giving you the negative attitude. However, people with positive attitude, they don't walk through their life ruminating on their fears. They don't walk through their life thinking about their fears or focusing on their fears. They walk through their life with joyful anticipation of what's happening now and what's happening next. They get into this positive creation, positive outlook, and that attitude that is seen by others is infectious. Your attitude is the weakest link or the strongest link of your experience in life, because your attitude is based on whether you love or you fear. And if you are fearing, then you are spreading fear, and you are showing fear, and you're going to see negative responses to fear. And if you are showing love, you are going to see loving responses. But no one can spoon feed the choice to you. You have to make the choice on your own. I often get questions from people, and they want me to give them all the answers. And that's not the way this works. The way this works is you have to step into your own power and find your own examples and your own beliefs. And I think it's interesting when people don't like the answers that I give. They'll on a rare occasion, on a very rare occasion, someone will be very offended by something I've said, and I'm okay with that, because them being offended with something I've said. Everything I say is out of love, and it's very purposeful. If I give you a long answer, it's very purposeful. If I give you a short answer, it's very purposeful. I think about every answer I give, and I give the exact answer I want to give. And what I find interesting is people who don't like my answers will come at me with an attitude. And that attitude is, you should be doing this. you should be giving me the right answer. You're an idiot, or they'll start to slander. And, that's their attitude. My attitude came from love. They chose to be offended because I wasn't living up to what they wanted. They wanted me to be, right? But your life is your choice. Your attitude is your choice. Your outcome is your choice. You are the creator of the experience. You and God are one. And as one, you are co-creators in the experience of your life. And when you are judging others because you didn't like their answers, then you are the one who is in fear. You're the one in anxiety. You are the one who is going through life expecting others to serve. And that your attitude is not one of empowerment. It's really disempowerment because you're expecting others to be the one empowered to help you, right? And in reality, spirituality is a personal journey. And your attitude about that journey is how you're going to experience that journey. So choose to experience in a loving way. Choose to look at all answers as just possibility or just outlook. And choose to look at the experiences of your life and say, okay, this might have been hard, but I learned so much. Look at the positive and the attitude about it. I used to do a thing in the corporate world where I would take 5 men from the audience and I'd put them in chairs in a circle. I'd get them to lay back on each other's lap, and I'd pull the chairs out. And they would be suspended without chairs. Their feet are on the ground, their backs are on the knees of the person behind them. And they're suspended without the chairs. And my biggest point of the whole thing is, I said, if one of these people had lost faith in the outcome, the whole circle would have collapsed. Because the circle is the strength. The people in the world around you are part of the consciousness of God. And so you being the weak attitude is where the negativity comes into the circle. You being the positive attitude is where the circle is empowered. You making your part of the world so bright that others take notice. Often people will ask me how to do things. When I hear the word how, I understand that they're completely disempowered. Because the how itself is declaring they don't know. They're declaring they don't have the answer, rather than being the answer. And I can say, be the answer, do the things. But if they keep asking how, I'm going to absolutely come up with an answer that will probably make them angry because of the fact that they are not listening, they're not hearing, and they have this attitude. And so what you want to do is make sure that your attitude is always about positivity, no matter what somebody says. I've had people in my face yelling, screaming, saying horrible things to me. It didn't change my attitude. I didn't let them affect me. I was an action hero, not a reaction zero. And by staying in the action hero mode, I'm thinking, okay, what action can I take to help this person get over their fear? And that's how I respond to those situations. What action can I take to help this person overcome their fear? And sometimes the action is to be the consequence. The action is to make them search deeper, because the search deeper is where you find your answers. Joshua said, when you seek a path will be laid before you. But until you turn the path back to yourself, you never find the doorway. You have to stop looking outside for answers because the answers are within. When you read something, when you hear something, use your discernment. Go, okay, I understand what this is. I understand what this means. And I can choose to create a positive out of this. I can choose to set my attitude as a positive. Look back on life. I became a very independent person. I traveled all over the world doing all kinds of things. None of that would have happened if my father hadn't been an abuser. Because it forced me to be independent. It forced me to step out of my experience and go out in the world. So I'm grateful for a father who was an absolute butthead. Right? I'm grateful for it because without that, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. It takes some real balls to step out in the world and do what I do. It takes some real balls to do it, right? Because I know the second I say, I have memories of walking with Jeshua in a past life. I know that I've set myself up for people to not like what I say or come at me with negative attitudes. I know that. I'm okay with it. And the reason I'm okay with it because I have a thick skin, because I've had the experiences that have given me the thick skin. I'm so grateful for having those experiences, because now, in my past, I would react. My attitude would be changed by what people were throwing at me. My reactions would be terrible. But because I've been through it, because I've gone through those experiences, I'm joyfully grateful to have gone through them, because here I am in this moment going, okay, this person yelling at me is not nearly as bad as what I went through before. Or this person mad at me or throwing a little slanders at me, which I find really funny. Because as we know, Socrates said, when the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. Right? Right? So when someone throws little slanders at me, I just laugh and I look at it as their fear. I no longer assess it from a personal attack, ever. I always look at it as, what are they afraid of? If they are attacking, they are afraid. And what are they afraid of? And so you go at their fear and you express your love into their fear. And once again, their attitude is their choice. They can accept the love you give, or they can be fearful and go off and be bitter. But it's not up to you to change their life. You can't save the world. You can only make your part of it so bright that others have the opportunity to choose to be like that, be like you. So, your attitude check today. Are you feeling mad, sad, frustrated, angry? Those are just fear. Choose a different attitude. Say, okay, things are rough right now, but it's okay, because I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to come out of this stronger and greater, and in the end, we're going to have exactly what we want. Stay focused on the positive outcome, and your attitude will definitely change. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.